Welcome. It's time to go one-on-one, brought to you by Nebraska Equipment in Seward. Year 4 of the EMF network, and I'm still here. Eric Johnson with you. It's time to talk preseason chat leading up to the regular season. We're going to start things off. We're heading over to Fillmore Central and the softball team. Last year going 17-12, making it to the district finals. We have a new face behind the helm. Is none other than Fillmore Central alum and former Shelkoff. It's Coach Anderson. Welcome, Coach. How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I know. Well, how's that for an introduction? First off, congratulations both coming into position and the recent marriage. Did you get to go anywhere before school started or not?
Yeah, we took a quick trip out to Wyoming and stopped in Jackson Hole and Cheyenne and just spent a couple days in each place, kind of taking in everything, relaxing a little bit before the school year and the season started. So it's really nice.
That's pretty country over there. And, well, it's good to get out while you can because you're kind of getting into things hot and heavy here beginning of the season. First and foremost, of course, if no one's aware, you're coming in fresh as the softball head coach, replacing Coach Lamb from last year. Being a recent alum, I'm assuming you had the finger on the pulse of everything going on with the softball team. Tell us a little bit about what you've experienced as a fan from the outside looking in, making it to the district finals against Ashland Greenwood. Overall thoughts on the season?
I think last season the girls really did a lot of really good things and they pulled together when they needed to. And it was exciting to see the battle they put up with Ashland Greenwood towards the end of the season. And I think coming into this year, we're trying to build on all of that and all the positives that came out of those last few games last fall. And then just kind of taking that momentum into the beginning of this season and seeing where it can take us.
Now you've had some time to kind of get acclimated in, talk with some of the players throughout the summertime and whatnot. What was kind of your focus with the introductions and kind of the pregame, as we say, before regular season hits?
Yeah, I think we focused a lot on getting them to work really hard, but also enjoying the day-to-day of everything. We try to do a lot of fun stuff at practice, get them involved, get them kind of competing against each other when we can at practice, just to build that healthy, competitive kind of fire in all of them. But the main focus has been on keeping it enjoyable, making them, want to come to practice every day. And I think it's been going good so far.
I think it's kind of neat too, the fact that get to see your old man in the mix there with you. It's
Yeah.
it's it's kind of heartwarming there. How does that feel having your dad for as the introduction into the program?
It's really special to have him there. Him and I, softball's kind of always been our thing, and we've talked a lot about as I was growing up. It'd be cool if I got a coaching job someday and he'd be my assistant. And so, kind of here we are, and we get to experience that. And there's been some disagreements around the kitchen table a couple times about a couple things, but no, it's going well so far, and it's really nice to have his insight. Being a coach at a lot of high levels like he knows a lot. Sometimes probably more than I do, but it's good to go back and forth and we give each other ideas, and it's been pretty fun.
And of course, yeah, like you said, your dad's got great experience. You as well, so don't hold yourself down on that. You come in with a lot of history, a lot of raw knowledge about softball at a higher level. What's the one thing you're going to incorporate into the program that hasn't been seen for Fillmore Central? I know
I
I
think
asked the in-depth shoots here. Yeah.
I think I'm trying to make things a little more fast paced and get the girls to move at a little bit quicker speed than they're probably used to. And sometimes with Class C softball in Nebraska, it's some of the games are kind of slow. And I want our team to be able to set the pace and be like, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come in here and we're going to play our speed, our game every time, and just not worry about what the other team's trying to do.
We're talking here with Coach Anderson, one-on-one. And last question for you, Coach. Coming up into the regular season, you've had some time to practice with the squad and whatnot. What's been one positive and one, I wouldn't say negative, but need to work on as we get started here with regular season?
I think one of our biggest positives is having a lot of returning starters and girls that played quite a bit last year, even if they didn't start, and being able to rely on that experience that they have. I mean, I know I've been away for a couple years, and so they've kind of filled me in on what's been going on, what works, what doesn't. And I think being able to rely on that experience is going to be huge for us, especially with our pitcher catcher who have been together since they were 12, it seems like. Um, so that's like the huge positive and the one thing we're really going to build off of. And the one not so positive, I think, has been just trying to find a place for everybody. We've got a lot of people that we want on the field, and we're just trying to put the puzzle together of where they're all going to kind of fit in to make us the most successful.
Welcome to One-on-One with the Coach, brought to you by Nebraska Equipment in Seward. We talk a little preseason chat. It's time to roll into volleyball. And with that, we have Coach Fousek. Coach, always a pleasure, my friend. How's everything going?
It's going well. We've had a good summer and getting into it. First full week of practice, so hanging in there.
All right. So overall, summertime, in a recap, talk to us about the camps. What stood out for you? How did everything look so far?
Yeah, I think just the camaraderie between the girls is something that stands out. Last year, we were trying to build all that, and it's a lot easier this year. The culture is different, and girls are ready just to go, and they understand what it takes to be successful now. So this summer was well. We did a lot of different lineups, and we're still not set on a lineup. So that was nice to see, though, the differences between lineups that we did see this summer.
Any of the schools pop out that you normally match up that you say, hey, why don't we use that in our repertoire, I guess?
Yeah, sometimes I guess I look at other sides and see kind of what they're doing. I mean, I do that anyway, just to try to see how to beat them, how to pick it apart. I just think being Class D, being small, you got to use your athletes. You got to use what you have. So you got to be creative. And I think all of us small town coaches do those things. So yeah, it's nice to see the way other coaches do things.
And of course, a lot of the kids working hard. Shout out to Cadence Hazy being out with the prep volleyball and doing that. They're really honing in on their craft. You got a good chunk of seniors now with some experience under their belt. Tell us a little bit about the group of girls you got this year.
Yeah, Cadence is just really solid. She plays volleyball all year round, so I mean, obviously that helps. But she's going to be the person that we need to be consistent. So, and so far she's been proving that, and it's great to see. It's great to see her maturity come alive, and I'm excited to see what she can do this season. Our seniors, Ella Archer, Keela Rickenbaugh, and Lily Jeffries, all doing a great job, keeping everyone on the same page. They're always ready to go for practice, and they're being good leaders. So it's good to see.
And it's great to see you got some freshmen in the mix too. So that's always fun to see. Tell us a little bit about the fresh crop of talent coming in.
Yeah, we got a good group of freshmen, so that's exciting. There's quite a few of them too, which helps out. But Miley Rickenbaugh, so far, she's been playing a lot on the varsity side, and she's been doing a good job. She's got a lot to learn. She's young, but athletically and potentially, sky's the limit for her. So she's been fun to watch. Reese Tuttle's been setting a little bit with us too. So Reese has been doing a good job. She's just got to get some more confidence. They're both young, and so confidence comes with time. And that's just really what we're working on right now is confidence and trying just to be consistent at what you're doing.
And I mean, overall, when we talked throughout last season, that the foundation you wanted to set, wanted to establish, do you feel like the steps necessary are taken? How do you feel confidence wise coming into this season compared to the beginning of last?
Yeah, it's a lot easier this season. The girls know me more. They know my system. They know Taylor and Coach Croker more now, and things are just easier and they go a little bit smoother. Culture-wise, we're still not where we need to be, but we're headed in the right direction, and that's what I wanted. So there's progress, and the girls understand that practices are going to be hard, and so they got to come ready to go.
And that's the culture is going to, it's not an overnight thing. That's going to take some time in itself, but it seemed like, establishing, of course, Krupishka and Staskell helping out creating that foundation to be set. I think that was key. And this year, you didn't do terribly bad. I mean, it was an up and down season, rightfully so. But feeling how everything is with the juniors now coming into the season as seniors, you have a road schedule, to say the least. It's interesting. Tell us a little bit about, now we have the difference. Now we're going to be on the road versus more at home.
Yeah. September, we got quite a few home games, so we'll enjoy those. We got one in October, so we'll enjoy that one. But yeah, otherwise we're going to be road warriors. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. You got to win no matter where you're at. And district final, you're probably going to play somewhere new. State, you're going to play somewhere new. So you might as well get used to traveling and get used to winning on the road. So.
Yeah, it's black and silver, black and white. That's kind of good colors at state. But one step at a time, of course.
Yeah.
And your first step is the scrimmage, the sports drink scrimmage that is going to take place. Tell us a little bit about ones that don't get to go out and experience that. What does that all entail?
Yeah, so our sports drink scrimmage is just a way to meet the team, see what we have, get a little taste of maybe what the season could be, and then spectators, kind of your admission, just bringing in. I call it sports drink because I'm a big fan of Powerade, and the girls like Gatorade. So,
that's
but
right.
I call it sports drink so people can bring Powerades too.
But it all works out. It goes for the girls. Yeah.
But yeah, so feel free to come and bring some sports drinks to support the girls. We use those drinks throughout the season. Just after games, we bring a cooler full of Gatorades or whatever we have, and it's really nice to have that.
Awesome. So what time does that begin?
Tonight it starts at 5:30.
Perfect. So make sure to bring out your sports drinks, root on the Bobcats. And then for the first road game, it will be going to Pawnee City. Time to be determined. We will be with you with the EMF Network, and Coach will not be sick of me. Hopefully not yet.
Not yet.
Give it time.
Too early for that.
That's right. But first run on the road, we'll talk about later on, but you're just from the outside in, right on the road, 2 hours down there. Tell us a little bit about how you're going to manage that, getting that started off the right way.
Yeah, we're just going to go in with the confidence in whatever lineup that we get together. And we're just going to see where we're at. That's what your first game really – I mean, we have your jamboree game to try to ease into it, but your first two matches are going to be tough. You're going to have a lot of errors, and you kind of just have to know that and understand that and prepare the girls for that as well. That's going to be a sloppy-ish game, but we got to learn how to win that way and just try to come out on top.
Nicely put. Stay up to date with the very latest. I know you guys have a new Facebook page,
Yes.
EMF Volleyball. So make sure and find it. Like them on Facebook as well for schedules, more information. I'm assuming videos telling how great Coach is, whatever it may be. So make sure and like them on Facebook. Yeah,
Taylor Erdkamp's been doing a great job with the social media. She's much better at it than me, so that's awesome. She's got a Facebook page, and then she created an Instagram account as well. So I think it's EMF Volleyball as well. So if you're on Instagram, give that a like as well.
Boom. There you go. It's time to continue our chat. Preseason chat as we lead up to the first regular season game. Our focus is now football, and joining me as always is Coach Callant. Coach, appreciate the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me as always.
I know, right? We get to see each other in mix. Now we got to be all in the professional sense. Football on the horizon. Let's back up a little bit, and I guess give us a kind of a brief synopsis of how preseason workouts, the practices and all that. How did everything kind of look for you guys leading up here to the start of the school year?
Yeah, it was a good summer. We do our weights program and hit July and doing conditioning, and we went to Wayne State for a team camp. So most of the guys were able to make it to that. But we worked hard in the summer, and it's a good thing, to have success last year. I mean, we still get it's a whole new team this year, but we have guys on the team that were a part of it last year, so they kind of know what it takes as far as, the summer and everything like that. It's not anymore just showing up for practice day one and practicing. You got to put in the work in the off season, just like, kind of any sport has gotten now. There's a lot of the off season that goes on, but otherwise, practice has been good. We started that Monday, August 12th, and yeah, it's been good. Usually we get a weekend before school starts of practicing, but this year we started the same week, so schedule was a little bit different than normal, but otherwise it's been good.
Now, you no rest for the will, and of course, you've been out and about, uh, getting off to the right start here. You got your team together. Obviously, there's gaps in with the squad from all the seniors that we lost last year. Enough to fill in. What are some of the key positions that you were looking for to kind of have people step up into?
Yeah, we have a good core back from the line on both sides of the ball, which has been really good. A strong suit for our team. We've had like some back end guys on defense that we have to replace, and have guys step up. So there has been good competition between the players. They know that we're evaluating everything going into the first game. We've been using film in practice, putting that up on Huddle, just so that we can be ready to go for the first game.
Now, obviously with different media outlets, I mean, not giving anything out there, a rebuilding year has as they name it. Do you feel like it's a rebuilding year, or do you feel like it's a chance for kids to elevate their game this year to another level?
I wouldn't call it rebuilding. I mean, we've got a good nucleus back of guys and guys that have seen the field, and older guys that maybe just didn't see the field as much last year because they had a really good player in front of them. But with longer postseason runs, we get to play a lot more football, which is nice. We played 5 extra games, so it's half a season that guys got to play, and football is one of those sports you can't just roll out a ball and play. So it means a lot when we're able to have those postseason runs. You look at programs that have been good in the past; they're able to sustain it just because they've played a lot more football. I mean, we use Howells Dodge as a barometer or whatever, and Coach Spears has guys by the time they're seniors. I mean, they've played maybe 20 more games than anybody else in a program. So it's been good, and then kind of just what we like to build on is keep playing far and getting a lot of games in.
Scrimmage wise went really well for you guys. Obviously, big thing was to get the fridges full of the delicious sports drinks, but you got to see an opportunity between the varsity crew, the junior varsity crew. Your overall thoughts? How did that go?
I think it went well. We did it on a Friday this year. It was good. I think attendance was well, and we got a ton of Gatorade. We spent a long time afterwards, putting it all away and stacking it and storing it and all that stuff. But I think it went well. The guys, competed well. We have, quick whistle, that type of stuff. But, we got to see some new faces out there and build on that. Our JV team has been successful the last 3 years. They haven't lost a game. So, looking for those guys to make the varsity jump is big. And I mean, they've been successful. So you always think you got guys kind of ready to go. But varsity is a whole new deal. Different speed and everything. But yeah, overall the scrimmage, went well. A couple technical difficulties with some camera stuff, but hopefully we got that squared away. I mean, that's why we do those things. So it was good.
Yeah, fine tune everything. Talking here with Coach Callan in our chat ahead of the regular season first game on the road. In fact, you got the first 2 games on the road. Let's begin. Clarkson Lee. Media outlets show a good nucleus of talent coming back for the Patriots. What have you seen in the tapes leading up?
Yeah, they're a good program. Jim Clarkson up there has always had a good program. He's been there 24, 25 years. So he has that thing rolling pretty well, and and it really doesn't matter sometimes who's on the field for them because they're going to be a good program no matter what. They're well coached, and their efforts always well. If you watch them on defense, they're getting everybody to the ball. But yeah, as far as the returners and evaluating, who we anticipate is going to be on the field, first games are always tough. It's just the nature of the beast. We don't have film on each other this year and new faces and all that, but they do. They have a couple talented guys on the offensive line, big guys as well that'll present certain challenges. Their defense is extremely, multiple. Coach Clarkson runs that side of the ball, and he's got a lot of different blitz packages, a lot of different fronts that he'll show. So really on offense, we just have to communicate well, and know, how we got to block it, different fronts. It'd be great if they came out and lined up how we always, practice that they do, but we just have to be ready for different things that they'll show defensively. And then on our side, they've always ran the veer option on offense, and they're really good at it. They get a lot of reps at it. That's just staying disciplined and doing your job, play in and play out. It's kind of like Nebraska, from the 90s, the triple option. You just have to be very disciplined on defense and do your job. If you have the quarterback, you got to take the quarterback every play. You can't, be fooled by motions or different fakes and stuff like that. So I mean, I think we have an idea of what they're going to run, but it's always the first game, so you don't really know. It's been all summer. They could have put in all new stuff, and it just got to be able to adapt and coach on the fly on these first games and really communicate well with the players and with the other coaches.
One last question, Coach. I know you're synonymous with one game at a time. You don't like looking ahead, rightfully so, but season expectations for the team and also for yourself and the coaching staff.
Yeah, the team, they always have, our players always have goals, and they have lofty goals too, which is great, that they want to achieve. Really, these first, non-district games, we want to come out 3-0, but yeah, we got to win the first one to get to the next one, type thing. But we want to show improvement. If you look at our teams in the past, and even when Coach Philippi was coaching, we just want to see week to week improvement, and mistakes aren't bad. Losses aren't bad. We just got to learn from them. Opportunities to learn. The repeated mistakes are the ones that are tough as coaches. But yeah, otherwise, we're not going to be perfect. We want to be, perfect right out the gate. But we know that there are going to be, different times in the situation or in the game. There'll be different situations that we'll have to overcome, mistakes, challenges that are presented by the other team, and we just don't want to have any, self-inflicted mistakes. We're always big on that, so that'll be kind of what we're going to focus on in the first game.
Perfect. Well, Coach, appreciate the time as always. Of course, we'll have coverage of the first game, Clarkson Lee, up there 7:00 this Friday, or we'll have it for you on the EMF network. And Coach, as always, thank you for the time, and let's go Bobcats.
Yeah, thanks for all you do. Have a safe trip up there, and yeah, we'll see you Friday.